siyang nakulibat sa ibang proyekto. Ayon niyan sa kanyang
Hello, magandang gabi po. Ito persito natin sa inyo, kontrapelo. Magkukontra-kontra ng mga statements. Si Erwin Tulfo, noon ay minumura si Leni Robredo. Ngayon, kumari pa. Inapa yung kamay ni Leni Robredo, naging magkumari sila. Magkumpare-kumari. Sa anak ni General Subihano, na Medal of Valor awardee. At si BBM naman, sabi niya, okay daw katawan niya. Pero yung kanyang paboritong suot na barong Tagalog, may nakita na bubukol sa tiyan niya, iyan ang colostomy grab. Ibig sabihin, wala siya, hindi na siya makakatai. Ay, parang sagwa pakinggan, no? Hindi na siya maka-EBS. Doon na lang napupunta yung ebak niya doon sa colostomy bag sa gilid ng kanyang ano. At tapos naman si Raffy Tulfo, dati hanggang langit ang pagpupuri kay Duterte. Ngayon, initsapera niya, sabi niya daw ugat ng lahat ng pangabulok na sistema. Ang isa lang din sa lalabas ko, ang akin na pagkakatiwalaan dito si Leni Robredo. Tsaka si Rowena Guanzon. Kaya kung manalo si Leni Robredo presidente, wala akong problema. I will support her all the way. Kung manalo man si Sara, I will support her all the way. Hindi ako magsusuporta kung si Lisa. Si Risa, tsaka si Lisa. Tsaka yung kapatid ni Bongbong, ni BBM na si Irene. Mga taong walang karanasan sa pagpatakbo ng gobyerno at walang palo, walang competence. So let us begin with let us start with Raffy Tulfo. Okay. Ito naman po, ipresenta ko sa inyo nung araw si Raffy Tulfo. Talagang parang hinihimod ng puwit ni Duterte. O yan, pakingtingnan natin Interview niya ito sa Foreigner. Pakinggan natin.
1,000 times. Totoo naman talaga, magaling yung presidente natin. Presidente, okay sir, mas magaling pa raw kayo kay...
He is 1,000 times better job, and we want to thank him.
Okay,
Proud of your president.
That's good.
And you are great.
Thank you.
Great, very friendly. The food is great.
Mhm.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's good.
And you are great.
Thank you.
And I want to let you know that we're very proud of your president, Rodrigo Duterte. And I think most of the people in the United States feels the same way.
Mhm.
We applaud him. He's doing a great job, and we want to thank him.
Okay, compared to Donald Trump, how easy?
Rodrigo Duterte is 1,000 times better than Donald
That's
Trump.
what I want to hear. Okay.
1,000 times better than Donald Trump, Duterte. Sabi naman ni Tulfo, that's what I wanna hear.
Natin to. Kita mo,
yun,
kung nakikinig yung ating presidente, okay sir, mas magaling pa raw kayo kaysa kay President Donald Trump ng US 1,000 times. Totoo naman talaga, magaling yung presidente natin.
Inamang papuri ni Raffy Tulfo. Hangga, narinig mo ba yan? Ngayon kung mumurahin si Duterte, matindi. Sige, pakinggan natin.
Lagi sa Time Magazine. Iba, Mamelen?
Oh, definitely.
Tapos tingin nyo, kumpara sa mga dating presidente ng Pilipinas, how does the president or new president fare with all the other
If
presidents
you
in
want
the past?
me to speak from the heart, magmula nung nawala si President Marcos, parang lahat ng president natin na sumunod, they were all mediocre. Ngayon lang dumating na meron tao na who's willing to do everything for the masa. And that's why the people love him, because he's for the masa, you know. He's not egoistic like, you know, some other presidents out there. I don't want to mention names.
Pwede naman kayo mag-mention ng kulay.
Puti.
What can you say about the anti-drug campaign of President Duterte, Vernon?
I compare him to Elliot Ness, if you want to know.
Elliot Ness of the
Elliot, no? Sa Elliot Ness, yung bumagkuhan sa mga Al Capone. sa mga mafia sa New York.
Elliot Ness in the
The one-
1930s.
FBI.
The FBI,
Yes.
the first FBI agent.
He was put on as the head of the gangbuster units when they had really bad crime in the 1930s. In approximately 3 years' time, he pretty much wiped out those gangs and caught the most notorious gangster of that era, Al Capone. Al Capone was sentenced to life in prison in Alcatraz near San Francisco. However, he died a few years later from syphilis. So I think Rodrigo Duterte and Elliot Ness can be compared, and I think they're doing. I mean, he's not alive now, Elliot Ness, but by comparison, they're doing a fantastic, or have done a fantastic job, and Rodrigo Duterte is doing a great job.
Wow.
Wow! Kasi sa totoo lang, kahit maraming namatay, wala tayong magagawa. That's a choice for the president.
Nakikinig ba yung Malacanang dyan?
Martin
Secretary Martin,
Encalnar.
narinig mo yan? Iparating mo yan kay Presidente natin. Dalawang pumupuri. Okay, salamat po sa inyo, Ma'am Helen at Vernon.
Okay ha? So ngayon, where is Tolpo daw? Ito ni si Tolpo ngayon. Ito ni si Tolpo ngayon. Kontrapelo, di ba? Oh, ito si Tolpo ngayon. Ayan, i-play natin. Duterte ang ugat ng bulok ng sistema. Tolpo versus Duterte. Yan sinasabi ngayon ni Rapi Tolpo. Pinupuri mo nun tapos sabihin mo ngayon ugat ng bulok ng sistema? Bakit mo nasabi yan? Anong basihan mo? Kung nagsalita ka lang ngayon yan, ibig sabihin kinakampihan mo si BBM. Kasi ang nagsalita ka sa panahon na yan na ngayon na pumutok ang pagnanakaw ng mga kakampi ni BBM sa flood control. Yun lamang po ang ibig sabihin yan. Ibig po sabihin, Mr. Tolpo, you are not fit to become President of the Philippines. You say one thing and you say another thing again in another time. So you are a person who cannot be trusted. If the other people cannot trust you, so am I. So are we, the Filipinos. Why will we trust somebody who cannot be trusted? Yan po ang pagkatao nitong mga Tolpo. So better not to patronize them and better to condemn them to the highest level. So ito naman, tingnan naman natin ito si BBM. Sabi niya okay na daw siya, nagamot na daw siya. So let us see. Pero ngayon na nakita natin yung kanyang tiyan may bag, colostomy bag, ibig sabihin hindi siya maka-EBS, yun naman po. So ngayon nung binilagay yung colostomy bag, saan siya? Ininjikan ba siya ng anesthesia? Dapat kung ininjikan siya anesthesia, siya po ay incompetent as a person. Dapat si Inday Sara ang mag-take oath habang ginagamot siya as president. Diba? Ay nako, ganun nga yung president sa US eh. Noong ang presidente ay nagpa-anesthesia, nag-take oath ang vice president as president. In the meantime, acting. Until sa time na yung presidente ay makabalik. Okay? So ito naman, tingnan na naman natin si Mr. Colostomy, BBM. Ito sa pa-expose ni Rowena Gawanson. Yan. So, do you see? Ngayon, si BBM mo, mayroong bag sa kanyang binilugan pula. Ito binilugan pula. Yan. Ayan, close to be bago. Diyan na pupunta ang EBS niya. Ayan, yan siya. So ngayon, ang kontrapelo yan, dati binabanggit niya na okay na siya. Iyan pala siya. So delikado yan. So yan po ang katibayan na ano na talagang delikado. So ang isa pang kontra-kontra, si Recto at saka si Bunjing, feeling presidente yung dalawang ito. So Andre Yugiko watching from Singapore. So Maya Pabengi. Sabi ni Arvin, fake news daw ako. Fake news ba yun? Pinakita na nga yung ebidensya sa'yo, fake news pa rin. Anong kaklaseng tao? Siguro dahil gano'n ang binabanggit mo, it's better that you are banned. Banned lang kita, banned. Yan. Si Virib, walang kwentang tao yun eh. Si Recto at Bonjing, tapos si Rosiera, no tutol po, my gosh. So Rosilier, unang pamilya niya po, nga mo niya, inabandona. Inabandona nga ni Rapi Tulfo yung pamilya niya, yung anak niya sa unang asawa. Tayo pa kay Pilipino. Nako, Patrick Donato Pantalon, mabuhay ka kapatid. O kapatid na Patrick, mabuhay ka. Kumusta? Saan ka? O, Ahmad Luna Howard, magtatakbo ka kung kakamping ka tapos maging tagapagtanggol ka ni BBM. Hindi naman. Hindi ibig sabihin si Rowena Guanzon ay gano'n. Hindi naman. Wala lang yan. Tapos Joe Piamonte, dahil sa pera kaya nabubulok ng utak ni Tulfo. Tapos si Verga Girl, puting puring-puri noon si PRRD ng Tulfo Brothers. Pero ngayon ayaw na niya pauwi ng sa Pinas ang mga andigong Duterte. Tapos record sa Ricardo Florita. Magandang gabi, Doc Toto. So at least dati himod tumbong sila magkakapatid kay Duterte. Magagamit nga. Mine. Tapos si Virgo Girl, si Tulfo kung saan yan makinabang, doon siya. Ganun nga ang mga ugali ng mga ito. Yung anak nga ni Rapi Tulfo, iniwan niya eh. Hakay Kumaro, don't vote to Tulfo. Ano pa? Okay ito na naman. Isang Tulfo pa. Ito naman ang tirahin natin, isa pang Tulfo. Akalain mo ba? Ngayon, inakay-akay pa si Leni Robredo. Tingnan mo. Magsisip-sip talaga kasi kailangan niya boto ng mga Bicolano. O yan. Ayan sa wedding ceremony ng anak ni General Subihana na isang Medal of Valor awardee. So ninong at ninang sila Grabe tapos pero dati paano niya binibira? Tingnan niyo kung paano niya binibira. Yan. Paano binibira ni Rapi Tulfo si Madam Leni? Hindi makain. Grabe. Tapos ito siya ngayon. Kontrapelo style talaga. Ito na ngayon.
Mga kakampings, ibasura si Erwin Tulfo. Pakinggan nyo.
Kaya ang masasabi ko sa iyo, Leni Robredo, makinig kang babae ka, ha? Oy, kung ako pa sa iyo, kung may natitira pa akong nipis na mukha, bumitaw ka na dyan, babae ka. Ha? Dahil kung hindi, hinayupak ka, pag hindi ka bumitaw dyan, ako mismo pupunta, kakalad ka rin kita palabas ng kalsada.
Yan, kita mo yan.
Loko-loko ka.
Mga kakampings, ibasura si Erwin Tulfo. Pakinggan nyo.
Kaya ang masasabi ko sa iyo, Leni Robredo, makinig kang babae ka, ha? Oy, kung ako pa sa iyo, kung may natitira pa akong nipis na mukha, bumitaw ka na dyan, babae ka. Ha? Dahil kung hindi, hinayupak ka, pag hindi ka bumitaw dyan, ako mismo pupunta, kakalad ka rin kita palabas ng kalsada. Loko-loko ka.
Mga kakampings, ibasura si Erwin Tulfo. Pakinggan nyo.
Kaya ang masasabi ko sa iyo, Leni Robredo, makinig kang babae ka, ha? Oy, kung ako pa sa iyo, kung may natitira pa akong nipis na mukha, bumitaw ka na dyan, babae ka. Ha? Dahil kung hindi, hinayupak ka, pag hindi ka bumitaw dyan, ako mismo pupunta, kakalad ka rin kita palabas ng kalsada. loko-loko ka.
Kita mo? So, ganun po si Erwin Tulfo. Ganun siya. So, maasahan mo ba yan? Let me just tell you a very short update with regard to the case of Quo Warranto I filed against Erwin Tulfo. I filed it immediately on July 15, immediately 15 days after he took his oath of office as the Senator of the Philippines. Because under the rules of the procedure of the Senate Impeachment Court, the Senate Electoral Tribunal, you can file a case against a senator in relation to the election of that senator 15 days after the swearing to office and entry into office. So I just presume because he took his oath earlier than July 15, and then he entered his office automatically on July 1. So that means to say 15 days from there, I can have that opportunity to file a case against him. That's why I filed it on time. The case that I filed against Erwin Tulfo, sinabi ko lang sa English to kasi American citizen siya eh. Pasensya na kayo. So alam ko naman, maintindihan nyo naman. I filed a case of petition for quo warranto against Erwin Tulfo because of the fact that on record, he was issued a U.S. passport in the name of Eric Silvestre Tulfo. That's it. That's on record. That cannot be denied. So the next issue is, with that as a fact, can it be now said that Tulfo is not qualified to become a senator of the Philippines? My conclusion is he is not qualified. Why? Because it is stated in Section 6, Article 6 of the Constitution that states that no person shall serve as senator if he is not a natural-born Filipino citizen. Yun lang, tapos na. The rest is history. Kumbaga, gano'n lang. Kaya, iiyak nito si Tulfo sa akin. Sigurado po ako na iiyak nito si Tulfo. At I'm just waiting kasi may budget na ngayon ng Senate Electoral Tribunal kasi na-aprubahan ang budget. So, I'm just waiting for an order coming from the Senate Electoral Tribunal for me to be informed that the summons were to be served will be served on Erwin Tulfo. And after the summons is served on him, he will be required to answer my petition in 30 days. And the answer must be verified. Okay? And his answer, if he will deny all the statements I made in my complaint for quo warranto, then I will file a case of perjury against him because he lied under oath if he will deny that he is not a Filipino citizen. Maybe he will argue that he is still a Filipino citizen because of his arguments that the passport, that the citizenship was issued in the person whose name is Eric Silvestre Tulfo, and he is not Eric Silvestre Tulfo. That is his argument. And he would say that I am Erwin de Siba Tulfo. I was born in Leyte, Tacloban, and I was issued a Philippine passport. And the one that was issued to Eric Silvestre Tulfo was actually, he will be forced to admit that he was the one who was issued with that. But only he would say that I just faked myself. I pretended myself to be Eric Silvestre Tulfo. And that passport, U.S. passport, was issued to Eric Silvestre Tulfo, claiming to have been born on December 30, 1965 in the state of Hawaii. And then he became a soldier. He was admitted to the U.S. Army in 1986. And actually, he fought in the 1991 Iraq War, Gulf War. And then after that, he still served another three-year tour of duty, and he was assigned in Europe. And by becoming a soldier, you cannot be accepted as a soldier of the United States of America if you will not swear that you will defend the Constitution of the United States of America, you will not defend your commander-in-chief, and you will not obey the orders of the chiefs of staff or the chief of the joint chief of staff. That's it. So my conclusion is you are an American citizen and you do not deserve to be a senator in the Philippines. Ganun po. Pasensya na po, nag-English lang ako para maintindihan na ni Erwin Tulfo. Okay? So si Efren Guhelde, good evening, Sir Dr. and happy Sabbath day. Worship everyone. Amen. Happy Sabbath day. Tapos si Ricardo Florito, si Rapi Tulfo, nakalimutan na niya ang may sinasabi niya noon na siya ay makabayan. Galaxy, kainsuka talaga si Bendalo. Siya parang aso, di ba? Dugong aso. Yung tinain ng aso, kinakain din ng aso. Ganun ang aso eh. Good evening po, sir. Watching from Singapore. Si Galaxy Estong, Tulfos are opportunists. So ganun yan. Si Andrea Gueco. So good evening po, ladies and gentlemen, my countrymen. Good evening po sa inyo lahat. Magandang gabi po. Sana po kasihan tayo ng Diyos. Paki-like, paki-share, at sana dadami pa ang ating kampo dito. Lalo na yung kung gusto yung matuto ko ano talaga. Ako po, dinidipinsan ko lang ang batas at pumapabor man kay Duterte, didipinsan ko ang batas, didipinsan ko rin si Duterte. Kasi ang batas po, nilabag, dapat ang batas ay nag-apply pabor sa kanya. Hindi. Kinidnap pa siya, inaresto siya, dinala sa dihig. Ganun po ang naging umpisa ng aking pakikipaglaban. Gusto ko mabigyan ng katarungan yung pag-aresto kay Duterte na walang katarungan ng ginawa. Kumbaga, sinong dapat sentensyan diyan? Si BBM nang nagutos sa mastermind. Tapos si dalawang Remulla, si John Vic at saka si Buying. Tapos si Gibo, Secretary ng Defense. Tapos si Eduardo Anyo, yung National Security Advisor. Tapos si Marcos Lacanilao, yung transnational chief. Tapos si Bongbong Marcos. Tapos sa mga pulis naman si Nicolas Torre, si IDG chief doon. At tapos si Romel Malver, the PNP chief doon. So magandang gabi po.